Moving to the last part of this section, that is nested if. In this video, we are going to learn what if we have more than two conditions. We have already looked what if we have one condition, that is we are going to use if. What if we are having two conditions? We are going to have if and else. Now, what if we have more than two conditions? It can be n number of conditions. Let's say we have a condition that if a student has more than 80 marks, he is going to get A. More than 70, less than 80, he's going to get B. Then again 60, 70, he's going to get C. So that is where we are going to use nested if. Let's view on the syntax of it. So we have if expression 1, and then the statement expression 1 can be the condition 1. Then elif, we are going to use the keyword elif expression 2, and then the statement that we want to execute. Then again elif expression 3 statement we want to execute. Else the ending statement, that is if all the other conditions are not true, what should be the expression, or what should be the statement you want to visualize. So let's say if n is greater than 90, we are going to print A. N is greater than 80, that is elif. N is greater than 80 and n is less than 90, then we are going to print B. Else, that is if out of these two conditions, if all the conditions are false, then he is fail. Or let's say C. If n is greater than 90, he is getting A. If n is greater than 80 or less than 90, then he is getting B. Else, he will be getting C. That is how a nested if works. Let's jump into a Jupyter notebook to look through it. Back to a Jupyter notebook. Let's get a fuller picture of how far if, elif and else can take us. We write this out in a nested structure. Take note of how the if, elif and else line up in the code. This can help you see what if is related to what elif or else statement. Now let's jump into the syntax part. First of all, let's name this section as nested if, and I'm gonna convert this to markdown and create out some new cells for this. And let's start with the syntax part. Syntax if, oops, it's gonna write over here. I'm gonna write this over here. If condition, then expression, that is for condition 1s, that is again elif expression 2. Let's move into one more condition, elif expression 3, else expression 4. So what exactly is happening over here is, let me change it. If first condition is true, then expression 1 will be executed. Elif, there will be one more condition, sorry for missing that out, condition 2, let's say condition 3 and condition 1. Let's give some spaces. Okay, if condition 1 is successful, then expression 1 will be executed. If condition 2 is true, then expression 2 will be executed. If condition 3 is true, then expression 3 will be executed. Else, if all the three conditions, that is condition 1, 2, 3 is false, then whatever you have written in else block, it will be executed. That is expression number 4. Then let's just look into a new problem. Okay. So let's take out the example of A and B. We have already worked into two numbers, getting out the numbers, which one is greater and which one is smaller. Let's add one more condition to it. Let's add in num1 and num2 one more condition, that is we have to find out which number is greater, which number is smaller, and if the number is equal. So if num1 is greater than num2, we are going to print num1 is greater. If num2 is greater, we are going to print out num2 is greater. If both the number are equal, we are going to print that both the numbers are equal. So we have three conditions over here. So let's start with that. If num1 is greater than num2, we are going to print, I'm going to use again an f string. I'm going to say num1 is greater than num2. Now it's on you. If you want to use f string, you can use. If you want to use the native method, that is putting commas and plus symbol, then that is also fine. And if you want to use format also, that is also fine for me. So it's on you, whichever format you are comfortable with. I am comfortable with f string, so I'm going to use f string over here, but you can use any other way to execute a print statements. Now first part is completed. Let's write for elif. Elif, the condition is num1 is equal to num2. This might be one more condition. Num1 is, then I'm gonna print out that, let's say num1, it's a typo, make sure there is no typo, is equal to num2. Else, if all of these are not true, then it will be else print, oops, we are gonna print again an f string. Probably I'm going to use this one, copy, paste, oops, copy it out, paste it out over here. Now again num2 is greater than num1. Give one spaces and this should be working just fine. So here one error is out there. Let's solve it out. Okay, so there will be an ending inverted commas over here. In each statement I have to mention this. Let's run it out. Let's say num1 is 4 and num2 is 5. So we are going to get 5 is greater than 4. Let's say again 4 and 4. Num2 is equal to 4. Let's say again 5 and 4. We are going to get that 5 is greater than 4. Let's check out some more numbers. 40, 78 and 45. So we are getting out whichever the number is greater. Okay. So if both are equal, we are going to get both are equal. So that is how we can use all of the three, if, elif and else statement. Okay. Let's look into one more problem using strings. So let's say I have a string loc equal to, I have loc as bank, and if loc equal to let's say auto shop. Okay, so I'm gonna print out welcome to auto shop. Elif, let's take one more condition. Elif, if loc equal to bank, what we have right now, it is gonna print welcome to bank. Else it's gonna print where are you, the question mark, right? So these are the three things. Right now loc is bank, so I'm gonna write out welcome to the bank. Let's take the input from the user itself. Input, enter your place. So if I write auto shop, we are going to get welcome to auto shop. Same thing if I write bank, we are going to get welcome to bank. Else if we write something else, we are going to get where are you, as it hasn't been coded out. You can just add out elif loc equals to school and you are going to get welcome to school. That's how we can use nested if in our statement. That's it, and that's everything that we should be knowing about if, elif and else. This section is almost complete, but before ending it out, in our next video we are going to look into or and pass statement. This will help us to compare out two conditions in one place rather than using it with if, elif, or else. Okay, let's say we want to execute in a same line. We have two conditions for the same line, so that is where we are going to use or and. So let's jump into our next video.